form and substance with already credible evidence that provides substantial cause for the same committee to conclude that a violation within its jurisdiction has already been committed. Sadyang napakahaba pa ang tatahaking landas at marami pang gagampan ng gawain ang komite bago makaabot kung sakali man sa pagsusumite ng isang committee report na pag-uusapan at pagbobotohan pa nating lahat sa plenaryo, Mr. President. It should best serve the interest of all parties concerned, most especially the Senate as an institution, for a respondent in a valid complaint to just answer whatever accusations are leveled against him before the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, instead of resorting to squid tactics aimed at muddling the issue and trivializing the very foundation of the Code of Conduct and ethical standards that bind each and every one of us. Halimbawa, mahal na Pangulo, isa sa mga aligasyon sa naturang reklamo ni Senadora Jamby Madrigal ay ang pagkakaaksaya ng 1.2 bilyong piso na naibayad na ng pamahalaan sa lupaing pag-aari ni Brother Mike Velarde na siya sanang gagawing daan mula Sucat Road sa Parañaque City patungong Coastal Road. Ang masakit po nito, mahal na Pangulo, ang 1.2 bilyong piso ay bahagi ng pinaghirapang buwis na binayaran ng ating mga mamamayan. 10 na mga OFW na nagtitiis maghanap buhay sa ibang bansang malalayo sa kanilang mga pamilya. Ito ay sa dahilang ayon sa aligasyon ni Senadora Madrigal sa isang road right of way project mula Sucat Road sa Parañaque City papunta sa Coastal Road ay nagawa pang ilihis di umano ng isinasangkot sa kasong ito na si Senador Manuel B. Villar Jr. Gamit daw ang kanyang impluensya at kapangyarihan bilang isang mataas na opisyal ng pamahalaan upang di umano'y matamaan at madaanan ang mga lupaing sinasabi sa reklamo na pag-aari niya o ng kanyang mga korporasyon nang sa ganun ay tumaas ang halaga ng mga ito di umano para sa pangsariling interes at pakinabang. Dahil hindi natin alam kung totoo o hindi ang mga aligasyon sa reklamo ng kagalang-galang na senadora mula sa Pampanga at Bicol, hindi ba mas maganda, Mr. President, kung ang mabibigat na akusasyong tulad nito ay sagutin na lamang ni Senador Villar sa tamang pamamaraan at sa harap ng komiteng naatasan ng Senado upang alamin ang katotohanan sa halip na malihis pa ang issue sa mga usaping wala namang batayan. Anyway, Mr. President, the order that has been the concern of Senator Pimentel and perhaps some members of the minority is not only within the parameters of the rules of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, but also standard practice in other institutions performing similar duties and functions. With all due respect to the gentleman from Cagayan de Oro City, I would like to correct the misimpression created by his statements on the floor last Wednesday. I would like to believe that he was grossly misinformed when he stated, as lifted from the transcript of last Wednesday's session, which I will quote. For example, this is Senator Pimentel speaking, I would really find it difficult to accept the proposition that we can issue already a committee report for signing the day before a meeting actually takes place. The gentleman from Mindanao kept on referring to that circulated order as a committee report, Mr. President. No, sir, it was not a committee report that was circulated last April 14. Even the distinguished majority leader, Senator Miguel Zubiri, may have also been misled into believing that what he signed was a committee report when he manifested on the floor also last Wednesday, and I quote, "It was not my intent to sign any document, a committee report that had no committee hearing at that point in time. No, sir. It was not a committee report that the distinguished majority leader signed. The gentleman from Bukidnon need not have sounded apologetic or remorseful for signing that document." Accusing this representation and the rest of the members of the Ethics Committee of issuing a committee report without observing due process, Mr. President, is most unfair, to say the least. Not being a lawyer should not divest most of us in this hall of the knowledge of a simple procedure. And appropriately so, I referred the chamber to the official statement issued by Supreme Court spokesman, Attorney Jose Maidas Marquez, in relation to the celebrated Lim Kai Chong case. He said, and I quote, "A draft, whether signed or unsigned, remains a draft until promulgated. It has to be promulgated before we can call it a decision. So, the leak was just a draft. It's not yet a decision. And up until a decision has been promulgated, Mr. President, the matter should remain internal among the members of the court. In the same manner, and following the same principle, the order, not a committee report, circulated to the members of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges on April 14, 2009, was to be treated as a draft, whether signed or unsigned, and should remain internal among the members. I repeat, Mr. President, among committee members only. It is not for public consumption until after proper promulgation and service to the parties concerned. It doesn't help any if a so-called angel leaked the copy of that unpromulgated order. In a leak following the Lim Kai Chong Paras election case, it is worth mentioning here, Mr. President, that former Supreme Court Associate Justice Ruben Reyes was sanctioned by his peers for violating the confidentiality of internal matters still undergoing deliberations by the court. Signed by the majority of the magistrates, the court maintained that unless adopted in an en-banc meeting, there was no decision to speak of. Hence, the statement of the court's spokesman, which I quoted earlier. Now, who is to say we cannot hold all senators to the same high standards of integrity and propriety? To further illustrate my point, Mr. President, when I was still a member of the Senate Electoral Tribunal deliberating on the Pimentel versus Subiri electoral protest, it was standard practice of the tribunal to circulate orders and resolutions relevant to the said election case to the members for their signatures ahead of the scheduled meetings. These orders were then deliberated upon for ratification or rejection during the meetings called for the purpose. Kung hindi ganito ang patakarang sinusunod ng tribunal, marahil magpahanggang ngayon o magpahanggang sa mga oras na ito ay hindi pa natatapos ang pangunahing hakbang sa protesta ni Atty. Coco Pimentel laban kay Senador Subiri. Marahil magpasahanggang ngayon ay hindi pa tapos rebisahin ang mga boto sa 25 bahagdan, 25% ng mga presintong kasama sa protesta ni Atty.